Evening. Everybody's here. Right. I don't know if the numbers in my corner match the numbers of people that are here. So as you're joining, please just sort of leave me a comment, even if it's just to be nice though, even if it's just to say hello in the chat. So I'm trying the YouTube thing again, so I will get this working. It's just really frustrating. I don't do technology. It's awful. It's great when it works, but not so great when it doesn't. So anyway, so just to update you on, while I'm talking about technology, just update you on what I've been up to, because I've been doing this every Sunday. I started at 11 and now I sort of moved to 5 o'clock when the churches opened a couple of months ago, but I've done this every Sunday since the 29th of March. I started this and I've done it relentlessly every week since, and I will continue at 5 o'clock. Like we're alternating lives and pre-recorded because of my gig, but at the moment I'm not gigging. I'm going live from Bar 74 tonight because we've got our quiz night, and we're still going to do that this week and in a couple of weeks during lockdown. The other thing, because I've had to stop teaching some of my students because of certain restrictions, so I can't have my students at the studio with me, but one thing I can do at my studio is recording studios are allowed to stay open. So I decided to put together a CD. And because I've been doing these weeks, and because I needed to find music that wasn't in copyright, because otherwise I've got the licensing to deal with them, it's just an absolute minefield. So I've decided to put together I thought I'd do an album of hymns, but really old hymns. Some of the ones that I've played over the last 20 years or however long this has been going on. So most of them are sort of 1800s sort of era, but they are familiar ones, very familiar tunes. Things like All Things Bright and Beautiful abides with me. Blessed Assurance will be on there. Old Hundredth, which has got a few different words set to it, and All Through the Night, stuff like that. So quite old hymns. So I will put those onto a CD. And I was going to do them on the piano, and then I thought, no, I won't. I'll do something a bit different because I've bought this Aerophone now, which is a digital saxophone. So it plays exactly like a saxophone, but I can make it sound like a violin or a cello or a trumpet, flugelhorn, bagpipes. And there's like 126 different sounds on this thing. So I've recorded 4-part harmonies of these hymns using my Aerophone with lots and lots of different settings. So the CD, 8 tracks are down already, so I'll probably do either another 2 or another 4. So I'll have 10 or 12 tracks on it. It'll be £10 for the CD. So when that's out and ready to go, I will let everybody know. And then if you want a copy, then I'll organise how to get them ordered and posted out. And, so just if you want one, get in touch. So I've posted up, Eventide has been posted up on my Your Listen page, which there's a link to on my website and somewhere on Facebook as well. But yeah, YouTube's still doing, so I might have to just carry on Facebook and then post to YouTube again later. So we'll see what happens. So, 15th of November. As I've been to the 29th of March I started. But I will carry on. Tea times, every Sunday tea time. So, because we're live today, so any requests for later, there is a little gap in the service sort of towards the end for any hymn requests you might have. So as long as I can find them I've got, I think, four books here. So if I've got it, I'll play it. So I'll just start, and then if YouTube catches up with itself, it catches up with itself, don't it? It's worth a try anyway. Get there eventually. So our call to worship for this evening is be children of light, be children of day. Come now and worship, come now and pray. And our opening hymn is New Every Morning is the Love. I know it's not morning, it's not, but just the words I thought would be nice. So, new every morning is the love, our awakening and uprising prove, through sleep and darkness safely brought, restored to life and power and thought. I won't read any more, but there's 6 verses, I won't read them all. So, just get on with it, shall we? Is that loud enough for you? get the next hymn ready while I've got a second, while you talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, I hope you've all had a good week and not coping too terribly with lockdown 2.0. But it's only till December, and only till the beginning of December, so they say. Let's hope it is. Fingers crossed. Hope it is. So anyway, I'm sure if she will be watching later, it sends me stuff every week to pick out and do while I was. So recently, there's been a little bit of context to the readings as well. So before gathering words in the reading, so the context is as we read on through Matthew 25, the focus shifts slightly from preparedness to trustworthiness, and the characters become slightly more mundane. Last week's bridesmaid at a special celebration are replaced by ordinary household slaves undertaking their master's business. Today is about investment, God's investment in us and ours in partnership in God's work. As we approach the end of Matthew's Gospel, which we've been reading for the last year, we read its penultimate parable, the one about the talents. So it's Matthew 25, 14 to 30, the parable of the talents. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents of money, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received the 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with the 2 talents gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who received the 5 talents brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with the 2 talents also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Then the man who received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed? Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers so that when I returned I would have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has the 10 talents. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has, will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I'll just give up with that one. Right, so I was just shutting the YouTube down. So after the reading, we've got Come Let Us Anew. Come let us anew our journey pursue, roll round with the year, and never stand still till the Master appear. we've got, oh, take this moment. Take this moment, sign and space, take my friends around. Here among us, make the place where your love is found. Take the time to call my name, take the time to mend who I am and what I've been, all I've failed to tend. Take the tiredness of my days, take my past regrets, letting your forgiveness touch all I can't forget. Take the little child in me, scared of growing old. Help me here to find my worth, made in Christ's own mould. Take my talents, take my skills, take what's yet to be. Let my life be yours, and yet let it still be me. Got a new one because it's every week I have to pick something that I don't know. I like a challenge, and I do like learning new things. So we've got Let Us Talents and Tongues Employ, which I've never heard before. The tune is Linstead. It's taken from a Jamaican folk tune. So I've got Let Us Talents and Tongues Employ, reaching out with a shout of joy. Bread is broken, the wine is poured, Christ is spoken and seen and heard. And the chorus of this is Jesus lives again. Earth can breathe again, pass the word around, loaves abound. Christ is able to make us one at the table, he set the tone, teaching people to live to bless, love in word and in deed express. Jesus calls us in, sends us out, bearing fruit in a world of doubt, gives us love to tell, bread to share, God Emmanuel everywhere. I play one, I think, oh, I'll have to remember that, and I never do. Never do. I need to start writing things down, I think. Otherwise, I'll watch all the videos back. I'll work out what they were. So, the notes from Roots, the Bible notes from Roots from 2014 for the for the gospel reading today, Matthew 25:14-30. So this is Jesus' third parable in this series about living wisely, with an eye to the end of the world as we know it. Again, the storyline involves waiting for one whose arrival is delayed. How do the servants of a man known for his ruthlessness in business occupy themselves while he is away? The traditional interpretation sees Jesus telling a moral tale about using our gifts and abilities responsibly. On this understanding, the villain of the piece is the anxious servant who buries his talent in the ground rather than emulating his colleagues who use it to make yet more money and leaving the boss with no option when he returns. More for the servant who made the most, less than nothing for one deemed wicked and lazy. But suppose we read the story differently. Unlike Luke 19:12-28, Matthew sandwiches this parable between Jesus' alarming statements about the subversiveness of God's reign. Jesus overturns conventional wisdom about wealth and merit when he announces that in the kingdom of heaven, the last will be first and the first last. It is not clear who the characters in the so-called parable of the talents are supposed to represent. Its opening words are ambiguous. Not the kingdom of heaven is like, but for it is as if. Matthew's editorial work invites us to explore other ways of interpreting this parable. One possibility is to read it as if it is presumed villain is really the hero and its hero a true villain. The third servant is entrusted with little. By burying his master's money in the ground, he refuses to go with the grain of a system that rewards the ruthless for their hard-nosed business practice. By defying the meritocracy that rewards the deserving rich, this servant reminds us of the landowner who pays his workers equally no matter how long they may have laboured. So for all his anxiety, the lowly servant is truly wise. Standing up to the way the economy rewards the already wealthy and powerful, he shows his loyalty to Jesus' alternative vision of God's kingdom. He is a role model for Jesus' subversive wisdom and an illustration of kingdom waiting at considerable cost to himself and his dependents. I'm going to follow that with one of my favourites, From Heaven You Came. If you're just joining us, if anybody's got any requests, I'm doing three hymns, and then I'll have time for some requests if I can find them in my books. So I've got Singing the Faith and Songs of Fellowship books 1 to 3, if you know where they are, anything you want playing. So, From Heaven You Came, helpless babe, entered our world, your glory veiled, not to be served but to serve, and to give your life that we might live. late. I feel like I ought to start again. Now you'll not have to just watch the video from the beginning later. It's nice to see your journey. Any hymn requests, just stick them in the comments. If I've got it, I'll play it. You've got a couple more. So next up is Father, hear the prayer we offer. But you know, so I'll read out the first verse anyway. So, Father, hear the prayer we offer, not for ease that prayer shall be, but for strength that we may ever live our lives courageously. Anyway, before I do requests, if you haven't got any requests, I might pick a couple out because there's a few people just tuning in now. So we've got Be Thou My Vision, but it's the Celtic 4-beat one, which is, I love this one, but I might stumble a little bit. It's quite difficult. So, Be Thou My Vision. O Lord of my heart, be all else but naught to me, save that thou art. Be thou my best thought in the day and the night, both waking and sleeping, thy presence my light. Yes, that is what it's called. Yeah, it is Meekness and Majesty. I have got that. Let's do that one. It's in here somewhere. Another beautiful one, actually. What's a 362? Actually, I'm going to do, I don't remember what number it is, the Lord's Prayer, because I've not played it for ages, but the modern, the Worsfold one, the modern, like the pop song version of the Lord, not the hard one in 5 flats, but this one. At the end of that one, I just get as carried away as I like at the end of that one. Beautiful, beautiful piece of music. What else have we got? Oh, Love Divine. I tell you, Love Divine is probably I like things in 3/4, anything with this sway, not waltzes, but anything with a sway feel. I think probably one of my most favourites at the moment, which is going on my CD because I've realised how old it is, actually, is Love Divine. Love Divine or Love's Excelling, because it's the tune is Blameworm, which is from, because it's got to be 70 years after the composer's death to be out of copyright. And this one was from, how old is this tune? Yeah, 1937, so only just. So Love Divine or Love's Excelling, joy of heaven to earth come down. Fix in us thy humble dwelling, all thy faithful mercies crown. I just really like the tune. Just really like this one. Any ideas on what I can do with that? I've not recorded that one yet, so if there's any preference to instruments on that one. So what else was I going to say? So any requests as well, either message me or comment on videos and things between now and just the next few weeks for Christmas songs, carols and things, because I'm hoping, although I was going to do a live stream on the 20th of December, hi Sharon, but we've got our, hopefully, if everything's allowed, we'll be having our carol service at the church that evening, so I might do it on the Saturday night. I might on the night, maybe on the 19th of December, or I might record it on the Friday or Saturday and then schedule a post to go up on Sunday evening. Might live stream from the church Sunday night if I'm allowed, actually. We could do that anyway, but I will be putting together some sort of carol service, but because I want to get other people involved, so Lorna, Vic, I might get some people to come in and do some saxophone duets and things with me. And readings and poems, not like Bible readings and things, but maybe just some different readings, stories, funny poems, reflective stuff as well. So any originals, if people want to come in and read something that they've written themselves, and I can arrange time slots throughout the session for people to come in and take part and contribute to my carol service in person. So I'm just sort of still throwing ideas around about that, really. So I ought to get finished, because I need to share the video up to YouTube so that everyone else can see it. So anyway, that's all that's happening. So I need to know about Christmas, and I'm in the process of making my CD, which I will, when it's complete, I will let you know. I'm not far off. I reckon it'll be about another week. I've ordered all the sleeves and the CDs to burn, and I've designed my label, designed the cover and everything. So I'm just finding my final hymn. I'll tell you a little bit about this one when I've found it. I should have put a bookmark on it, shouldn't I? I'm terrible. So it's 1, 5, 6, 6. I was going to sing the last hymn to you, but the words are here, and the music. So I don't like it when the words aren't with the music. You should like, because it means I can't sing at you. So anyway, so I send an out prayer for this evening. Generous God, as we are sent out bearing the wealth of riches that you have entrusted to each one of us, may our thankful hearts become brave hearts, ready to risk everything for the sake of your kingdom. Amen. Now, Cher, what I do is Cher, because she sends me, hi Cher, if you're watching later on, she sends me all the gump through to pick things out and put my service together. And then I do my service and send it back to her so she knows what I'm doing. But I realised when I printed, I realised yesterday that all I had on my order of service was closing hymn, and I hadn't picked one. So yesterday when I was here, I was sort of having a little look through the hymn books, but I thought I'd go for something new. So this is in the Songs of Fellowship, book 3, this one. We never play out of it. I've never used this book. But I found one called, it's a Graham Kendrick hymn called Through Days of Rage and Wonder. And I read the words and I played through the tune and I had a listen on YouTube. And it's a really, honestly, have a look on YouTube later, because I can't sing it to you now. I'd love to, but just can't do 2 things at once. Too difficult. So do have a listen. So Through Days of Rage and Wonder. Through days of rage and wonder we pursue and the end of time, to seize the day eternal, the reign of love divine. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, we will press on day by day. This world's vain passing pleasures are not our destiny. Our ancient rites of passage still are the bread and wine, our hope across that towers over wrecks of time. Through days of rage and wonder, by the awesome power of prayer, God will shake every nation, secrets will be laid bare. And if his light increasing cast deeper shadows here, safe in his holy presence, love will cast out our fear. Through days of rage and wonder, you will give us strength to stand and seek a heavenly city not built by human hands. Now is the only moment within our power to change, to give back in obedience while life and breath remain. I just thought this was a nice hymn to finish with this evening. I'll do the... I'm never sure where to start new ones either. I'll do the last line. Honestly, go on YouTube, have a listen to somebody do that properly. It's just gorgeous piece of music. I'd have forgotten it, but tomorrow I do need to start making a list. So anyway, news other than CD and Christmas happening, and so this evening, this is another reason I need to finish in time to get the video moved around and posted up onto YouTube, is because I'm off to do another live stream tonight from Bar 74. Because the reason I do a pre-recorded video every other week is because I have a regular gig there, sort of from 3 till 10, and I play and we run a quiz. And I just said to Mike, I said, there's no point us stopping that. We don't need to stop that during lockdown, do we? So we're meeting at the bar this evening. I'm going to play for a bit from about sort of 7:30, 8:45ish, and then at 8 o'clock, live streaming to Bar 74's Facebook page, we will be doing our fortnightly quiz. It's going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to tonight. Our music round is always a live music round. So tonight I'll be playing the piano for the music round. And as an added bonus, you get to watch me make a fool out of myself doing the Pictionary round, because I decided that a round of Pictionary during the live quiz this evening would be a really good idea. So please tune in later. Please tune in later. Come join us and test get your brain cells ticking over. It'll be good. There's no sports round because me and Vic don't like sport, so we don't bother putting a sports round in. But there's what else we've got? General knowledge, films. The film round's good. It's funny. Music, the Pictionary one. Can't think what else there is. Oh, there's like a words round as well, which is yoga schmoga. So it's just come along. If you're sat on Facebook tonight, just log on to Bar 74's page just before 8 o'clock and come join us for the quiz. But if you don't have a chance later, then I will be back here on Sunday at 5 o'clock. So I wish I could sort out the YouTube streaming. I'll let everybody know if I can and if we can get the YouTube live up and running. But the thing that's stopping that is the internet here is shocking. I've got a home plug plugged in to try and give it a bit of a boost, and it's not worked, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Even the iPads, it kept cutting out, so I've had to use my 4G on my iPad is better than the actual Wi-Fi in the building, so it's not great. So I need to try and, if anybody knows about technology and can help me get that sorted out, because the other option is to live stream from my other tablet, but I need 1,000 subscribers to be able to stream on YouTube from a mobile device. So I either need really good fast internet on the Wi-Fi, or I need another 990 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So get word out, see if we can get there, and we'll I don't know, I'll think of something. So in the meantime, I hope you have a nice week and not getting too stressed out. And I'll try and do some live streams on the saxophone through the week as well if I'm at work, not up to much. But I will see you all very soon. I say hopefully this evening, but if not, then definitely next week.